Hey, good Thursday afternoon, everybody, and welcome to BAM Live, sponsored by Ray Skillman. Be sure to go out there, get a GMC or a Buick, go to US Auto Center on the US 31 South. Talk to Colt, tell them that BAM sent you. We love those guys over there, and we're so thankful that they are sponsoring our live stream so we can continue to come to you and do some fun weather stuff for you all. So outside right now, you can see 36 degrees across the Indy metro area. It is still cloudy across the area. We should get some sunshine working into the picture, especially as we work into your Sunday. Feels like 34 degrees out there, but winds are fairly light. This is going to be the big story over the next couple of weeks, though. Take a look. These are the temperatures the next 14 days, basically the first 14 days of February, the first half of the month. Certainly going to be a very warm start to the month. I do not see that changing. And Mr. Groundhog is here. This is how we're going to be starting off Groundhog Day this year. Very, very warm. Temperatures are going to be about 25 degrees above normal, but we do have some snow to track as we work into tomorrow morning. This is going to be very light, not going to really impact the pavement or anything like that. It is just going to be a really kind of a nuisance snow that works through probably between 7 and noon from west to east across the state of Indiana tomorrow morning. You can see especially focused along and south of I-70, Bloomington, Greensburg, and then out into Ohio. Again, it's a very quick moving little wave. It is very light. If you take a look, total snowfall. And again, this is just what falls from the sky, not what falls on the pavement. Folks, we're talking about less than an inch everywhere, probably just a coating at the most for most areas, and you can see how narrow it is. So it's really more festive flakes than anything. It's not going to bring a whole lot of accumulation, especially considering our temperatures are going to be rising throughout the day. You can see 31, 32 to start off the morning, but by 10, 11 o'clock, we're going to be above freezing and working up into the upper 30s and low 40s, especially across central and southern Indiana, as we work throughout the rest of the afternoon tomorrow. And that will help lead us into a much warmer setup into our Sunday. You can see, sorry, our graphic got a little messed up there, but you can see 57 degrees as we work into your Sunday. It is going to feel extremely spring-like. Sunshine everywhere across the Ohio Valley. It is going to feel absolutely phenomenal. It will be a little bit breezy, but be sure to get out there and enjoy it because it is a nice taste of spring for the middle of winter. I mean, 57 degrees this time of year, we do not get that every year. Here's a look at our high temperatures on Monday. Once again, probably going to see some 60s, especially if you're in the southern half of the state. So again, a great day to get outside. It'll be a little bit cloudier as we work throughout the day on your Monday, but most of these are going to be high clouds, so you probably still have some sun peeking through those higher clouds throughout the day on your Monday. It's not going to be too bad. Into Tuesday, however, note how we really start to set this gradient up across the Ohio Valley. This is going to help set up a storm system that will track through the Ohio Valley and lead to some rain and perhaps some snow chances if you're up in the upper Midwest, especially up towards Wisconsin, Chicago, Michigan, those areas. As far as for us here in Indiana, you can see the latest computer model data taking that low right through central Illinois, central Indiana. Looking fairly weak at this point. We still have several days to fine-tune things, but you can see where the wintry precip is more than likely going to be focused across far northern Indiana at the best at this point for the state of Indiana, and then especially across northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and into Michigan. Again, a long way to go on this. We'll continue to track it and update you on things as we go, but not looking like it is going to be a huge deal. So let's have some fun here. Obviously, weather-wise, we don't have a ton of winter weather to talk about, so if you don't have anything to do, obviously the thing to do this weekend is watch the Super Bowl. It's the biggest sporting event of the year, and you can see here we have made some in-house picks to make up for that snow prediction that we all failed pretty bad on to start January. So here are the picks. Michael's pick, he picks the Chiefs 31-21 over the 49ers. We take a look at Matt's pick here. He is the one that is going a little bit against the grain, picking the 49ers 28-24 over the Chiefs. Vince, 38 Chiefs, 49ers 24. Kirk here, also on board, Chiefs 27-21, and I am picking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year. Andy Reid finally gets that Super Bowl. They have not lost since the middle of November, and I don't think that they lose on Sunday night. I do think that they win. So certainly something to watch. We will see who wins out. Matt did end up winning the snow as being the one that predicted the least amount of snowfall for January. So maybe he gets this one right too. He's the only one that picked the 49ers. We'll see. So we'd love to see some of your all's questions. In the meantime, again, if you're interested in a GMC or a Buick, head on down to Ray Skillman Auto Center on US 31 South. Again, talk to Colt, tell him that we sent you. Love those guys down there, and we're so happy that they are sponsoring us. So we'll take some questions now. Love to hear your all's thoughts on the Super Bowl. We're all sports fans in here, and something that we'll probably try to talk about time to time, especially as we work into March Madness. Me especially, I love March Madness. So do we have any questions out there?
Brett, talk about why we don't have, talk about why it's just not going to snow.
Yeah, sure. We've had a lot of questions about when it's going to snow, when it's going to get cold and snowy. And right now we just don't see that. We've talked about it the past several days. Polar vortex is on the other side of the planet. If we go back here to our forecast to start, you can see how warm it is. And I want to make a note of something. Note how the warmth is coming in from over the top. When you get this kind of setup, it's because you have very cold air over Alaska. And when that cold air is bottled up over Alaska, what you can get to happen is you can get the very strong jet stream in the Pacific. You can get it to flood in mild air across the United States. And I think that's what's happening right now. When we don't have the Pacific Ocean cooperating, and when we have the polar vortex on the other side of the planet, we don't have a cold air source. It makes it extremely difficult to get numerous cold and snowy chances here across the Ohio Valley. Probably a good ski season if you're out there in the west with the stronger jet stream. I actually have a friend that has been out there and really been enjoying the ski season, but as far for us here in the Ohio Valley and really across the entire East Coast, just not a good setup right now for cold and snowy conditions, and unless something drastic changes over the next couple of weeks, not really going to be in a good position all of the rest of winter as things stand right now. So happy to take any questions. Dustin says snow is just not going to happen with this pattern. It's really not. Judy asks, any updates on BAMWX.com t-shirts or hats available? You know, we're working on a little something right now to maybe do some kind of a trivia challenge in one of these live streams here shortly. Maybe tomorrow or even sometime next week. We'll continue to work on it and keep you updated on it, but we'd like to maybe give away some BAM merchandise with that. So be sure to stay tuned to these live streams because, again, hopefully we'll be able to give some of those away sometime soon. Barb said, hello, BAM. Keisha says, it always snows for March Madness. Isn't that an Indiana rule? It has certainly seemed that way the past couple of years. In fact, I think that 2018 March was snowier than pretty much all of the rest of 2017-2018 winter. We had a couple of questions earlier today on one of our posts, so I wanted to just address those. Travis asked, if you live in the East Coast or South, do you think winter is over for them? You know, I wouldn't go as far to say winter is completely over, but I would say that the chances are just very, very low at this time for good winter weather. Let's see. Carrie said, any future snow/cold air for the Ohio Valley? Not for the foreseeable future. I really don't anticipate that right now. You can see here, if you're interested about our long-range forecast, we go into much more detail on this with our commercial forecasting. So if you know anybody that may be interested, or if you're interested, you're an energy trader, if you're in agriculture and you'd like some long-range forecast, you know, be sure to inquire info@bamwx.com. All right.
FYI, Brett, the new European ensemble is getting warmer in the 6 to 10 day again.
So once again, one of the things we've been noticing with our computer model data the past several weeks is that they've continued to trend warmer and warmer as we've gotten closer to the forecast period. So new European ensemble model is coming in right now, warmer once again across the southeast. I'm looking at the temperature anomalies here. I mean, I told you earlier, we're talking about 20 to 25 degrees above normal early next week, and now the European model is loading up another shot of that kind of warmth as we work into the 9 to 10 day. And yes, again, groundhog. This is what the groundhog is going to say on Sunday regardless. This is what he should say regardless, because this is how the pattern is looking. We talked about on Tuesday whether he would see his shadow or not. It's still a cloudy forecast for Sunday morning for groundhog. So I'm going to go with that. He may not see his shadow. You just never know exactly how that thing is going to go though. But regardless of what he says, this is what he should say with the flames in the background. That is what the groundhogs should say right now. So if you're a spring lover, this is great for you. I mean, we've got 3 great days. I know it'll be a little bit rainy on Tuesday, but we've got 3 great days of warmer temperatures Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So, you know, dust off those golf clubs, go out running. It's going to be a great period for that. It will get a little bit colder for a couple of days after that, but it's not going to last for very long. So it's certainly, again, for you spring lovers, going to be great for you. All right, let's see if we have any other questions. Do we have any questions on Periscope or anything? No Periscope comments.
How accurate is the groundhog, Brett?
The groundhog is 39% accurate. So since we're kind of going on the warmer side, I'd almost rather it see its shadow and predict 6 more weeks of winter because that's how bad it usually does. But it's all about luck. It does seem like it sees its shadow more often than not. Seems like it always sees its shadow, but I guess we will see this year with the generally cloudy forecast for the first couple of hours of Sunday morning. All right, let's see here. Barb says, give me some spring, woohoo. Yep, get out there and enjoy it. Again, Sunday, Monday. Sunday is just going to be ridiculously great, how warm it's going to be. Dustin says, negative EPO is definitely a no. Yeah, it's that, the long-range models keep popping up that ridge near Alaska, and it's just not happening right now. We've continued to see models back off on that signal, so something to certainly keep an eye on if they keep trying to do that in the extended range, that it just hasn't panned out so far. Let's see. Michael asked, do you see the vortex ever moving in to accommodate any snow? Not in the extended range right now. Obviously can't forecast exactly what that vortex is going to do a month out, but at least over the next couple of weeks, not seeing it right now. Let's see. Sherry says, yay. Thanks, Sherry, for joining. Travis says maybe an ice storm, way too early to get into any specifics on that storm early next week. Models are still all over the place. Keep an eye on it. Again, wintry threat mainly for northern Indiana, northern Illinois. All right. Judy says, yepper, sectional time will have snow. Yeah, I remember going to a couple of basketball games in 2018 with about 6 or 8 inches of snow on the ground here in Indy. So, winter can continue longer, but right now, definitely looking like at least a hint of spring for your February, not seeing winter continuing on very long. Really, we haven't had any winter to begin with. So Teresa says, I want snow. I know, but I can't give it to you right now. Please don't shoot the messenger. I can't make the snow as much as I would like some snow here in Indy. So I think that's all the questions we had for today. Again, thank you to our sponsor, Ray Skillman Auto Center. Be sure to go out there on US 31 South, ask for Colt if you're interested in a GMC or a Buick. Tell them that BAM sent you. We love that we have them sponsoring us here to continue to do this live stream. So be sure to like and share this post, and be sure to stay tuned to future episodes of BAM Live, because we are going to try to do some giveaways, do some other fun things, especially when the weather is a little bit quieter like this. So we will see you tomorrow, and I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday.